Hey, that's right, all you motherfucking tellers. I got some Febreze. Yay! Got some motherfucking deodorant. Yay! Spray this motherfucker. Make it smell good in this bitch. Yeah, Terra Hells, what's up, baby? Brother Zeke, what up? Tech Boy, what up? Yay! Gotta get out, Scotty. Tonio Johnson, what's up, dog? Shout out to all you musty ass tethers out there. Yeah. Got this deodorant spray for you nasty motherfuckers. Yay. Yay. Yay! Reality, what up? Canton Morris, what up? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Febreze and deodorant for you tethers. Febreze and deodorant. Febreze and deodorant. Yeah. Y'all fill this motherfucker up. Yeah. 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 All right. You musty ass motherfucking tethers just cannot keep y'all fucking mouth shut, can y'all? Y'all can't keep y'all mouth shut. And so that brings me to where we are today. King Death writes, delineation got them in panic mode. They scared of being shipped back to their homeland as delineation destroys their usefulness to the system. And it takes away their camouflage too. It takes away their motherfucking camouflage too, man. That flat blackness shit is over with. Detroit 313, what up, man? That flat blackness shit is over with. We're not doing that shit in 2026 and beyond. Science Guy writes, this shit is funny because I just left the store today and there was a musty African in the store. Febreze and deodorant. Febreze and deodorant. Febreze and deodorant. Febreze and deodorant for you motherfucking tellers, man. Febreze and deodorant for you motherfucking tellers. Y'all stink. Y'all fucking stink. And I don't want to hear no xenophobia shit. I don't want to hear no racist ass shit. You motherfuckers stink. You stink, god damn it. Because it's not in your culture to wash your ass properly. It is not in your culture. Right? All right, man. Let me share the screen with this ugly ass blockhead Tether bitch talking this bullshit. And then I'm a black pill y'all after this. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Let me see if they got some way to rewind this shit. No, they don't. I hate fucking TikTok on the computer. It's aggravating. All right, let me share the screen with y'all with this shit, man. Let me share the screen. All right, man. This is what brought us here today.
In one place with a strap to my chest. You know what time it is. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna blow up the spot. More like me. I'm doing society a favor. But yeah, everybody else, happy Black History Month. Foundational Black Americans, I hate you niggas. I hate you niggas. Let's die. Ooh. If I could gather all of you in one place with a strap to my chest. You know what time it is. We're gonna have a party. We're gonna blow up the spot. More like.
If you're in Bakersfield, California, and you've ever called...
What's the coolest piece of spot?
You guys work for
So y'all saw that, right? Y'all saw that goofy shit, right? She seems to have a problem with foundational Black Americans. So she said that. I heard about her. You know, calling us cotton pickers and shit, and had the big ass piece of cotton. Yeah. Tara Helms writes, Tito, have you ever heard of the South African that made fun of FBAs in her videos and was found unalive? Yeah, I heard about her. And yeah, you right about that, King Des. King Des writes, yet they base their whole existence around trying to mimic us to blend in with us. Yep. Like I said, they talk all this shit about, oh, you have no culture. But soon as they get here, they go into the Nike store. Soon as they get here, they go into the Ralph Lauren store. Soon as they get here, they go into the Gucci store. Soon as they get here. But we don't have no culture though, right? Right. Get the fuck out of here. All right, man. Let me share the screen with this blockhead bitch one more time. Talking shit about niggas.
Folk, and I already know this is gonna make me mad unpopular, and all of the followers that I just gained, I'm probably gonna fucking lose them. But I'm gonna let y'all know. The collective effervescence that y'all get from stroking off about slavery and the torture that people went through is not going to activate your powers.
Already in the first 10 seconds of that video, she said some very insulting and very condescending shit. First of all, ugly ass bitch, you're not a Black American. You don't have any fucking right to talk about slavery. You're not a Black American. You don't have any right to talk about that. Let me tell you something. For all of the people like her, for the Tethers, for the white people, for all of the other race people that want to talk about like slavery was so long ago, let me tell you something. I am about to be 50 years old, right? I am about to be 50 years old. And guess what? Guess what? My grandfather, who was born in 1923. My grandfather knew people. He comes from a family where it's free blacks, but he knew people in his town that were slaves, that literally used to be slaves. They were real old by the time he was young, right? He actually said that one of the guys in his town that used to be a slave had like a mechanical parts shop, a metalworking shop, where he actually could make like custom nuts and bolts, because they was in the country. If you couldn't go to town and find what you needed, he would make it for you. And my grandfather said when his uncle would fix cars and shit, that he would go there all the time. Well, no, they had dealerships back then, but it wasn't like today where they had a parts department. No, sometimes people had to make parts for them cars. And he said that man will make like molds for castings and everything and cast it up for you. So he actually, from boyhood, was doing business with somebody that, yeah, they was extremely old, but they was a slave. So that means I touched somebody that touched a slave, and I'm only about to be 50 years old. Really think about that shit. For all of the gaslighting. Oh, that was a long time ago. Thank you. I was just finna get to that, Distant Rose. I was just finna get to that. Distant Rose writes, ain't no such thing as too old. All wars, conflicts are based on ethnic gripes from hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. Yugoslavia wars. Yes, that's a perfect fucking example. A perfect example. When they was fighting over Kosovo, I didn't hear not one single motherfucker come on Nightline and say, I mean, come on. You guys are still, so you're mad because they're Orthodox and you're Catholic? I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Nobody said that. They respected, even though they didn't agree with the conflict, even though they wanted to resolve the conflict, they respected the reasons for the fucking conflict. We the only group of people that motherfuckers play that game with. We're the only group of people that motherfuckers play that game with. Nobody plays that game with any other ethnic group but Black Americans. We the only group of people. And why? Why? Because these talented TIF niggas love to fall for these gaslights. They love to fall for them. They desire white proximity so much, and they want to seem like the smart nigga so much that they let people gaslight them. You know, oh, well, yeah, why do you not want people to use the N-word if you use it all the time? Shit like that. Why do you not want me to pistol whip you? Why do you not want me to put you in the trunk of my car and wrap you in duct tape? It should be obvious why I don't want you to use the N-word. You will ask a black person why you don't want them to use the N-word, but guess what? Italian people insult each other with slurs all the time that they see as an inside joke and they see as a term of endearment, just like black people do. But I bet you your ass not finna go to Camden, New Jersey. I bet you your ass not finna go to Bergen, New Jersey. I bet your ass not finna go to Atlantic City and on the boardwalk and call nobody I almost said the word. I bet you not finna call nobody that. It start with a W. And I bet you not finna call them the other word that start with a G. See, I'm respectful enough not to even say the word. But a lot of you motherfuckers is not. Because I know Italian motherfuckers and they might see this and feel some type of way. I'm not finna disrespect them. I'm not finna disrespect them. I'm not finna disrespect them. And I'm certainly not finna cut off my motherfucking supply of homemade ravioli. Let's go. I'm definitely not finna do that. That homemade ravioli is a motherfucker. I'm not finna do that.
It's not. Acknowledging the power that lies within Black people will. Sitting here and talking about all the things that happened to us and how we were abused and how we were mistreated, it don't have us move no further up. And I hate.
Why is she saying we? I don't understand why she's saying we. You not a Black American. Why are you saying we? I don't know why she's saying we. She's saying we like she a Black American. With her motherfucking Barkley from Sesame Street looking ass. With her motherfucking Terrence Cody playing for the Ravens looking ass. Her head bigger than mine, and I'm a 200-pound ass grown man. Shit.
To say it that way because white people use the exact same logic too. You're worried about racism, things you're worried about slavery. It happened so long ago. And the reason why they throw that in y'all's faces is because you give power to what once was.
No, the reason that they throw that shit in our faces is because they understand what's going on. They understand that the former status of slavery and the Jim Crow segregation that followed is the basis for all of our fucking political grievances. They understand that, and that's why they minimize it. That's no different from somebody that date rape a woman, and then try to minimize it. It's no different. I've been in support groups with them type of people. I've seen motherfuckers do this same shit. You're minimizing it. I mean, you know, things got like hot and heavy and we were kissing and everything. And I mean, you didn't say anything when I took my pants down. You even gasped when I stuck it in, and then you said no. I mean, I didn't know what you meant. I mean, you let me do. You minimizing. That is the same thing. And notice, they always want to shift the argument back to slavery. And the reason that they always place that's a gaslight. That's a chronological gaslight. They always want to place the argument as slavery. Because that's further back in chronological time than all of the other shit. Slavery is further back in chronological time than destroying all of the black towns. Slavery is further back in chronological time than giving up all of this land during the Homestead Act to white people while depriving black people. Slavery is further back in chronological time than redlining or denial of GI Bill benefits. That's why they always place the fucking the needle at slavery. Slavery is further back in chronological time than institutionalized workplace discrimination and hiring against so-called black people. It's further in time. So if they can leave the needle stuck at slavery, they don't have to address everything that happened from slavery up to now. That's why, dumb bitch. That's why. But the reason that your fat ass is too stupid to understand is because you're not a black American.
Doing it, yes, but because you still put in that collective effervescence. Every time we speak on slavery, we don't talk about the bravery of our ancestors. We talk about the pain we went through.
Yes, we do. You don't, because you don't know.
I'm very aware of Nat Turner. Nat Turner was one of the first slave stories I ever got to fully process as a thinking human. And to know that he was eaten is one of the most disturbing facts. But you want to know why he was eaten? Because I've explained it in another video when it boils down to cannibalism and why they value cannibalism so deeply. Cannibalism, from a very ritualistic standpoint, is the consumption of energy. There are a lot of ways for you to consume people's energy, but for you to jump directly into eating people is a crazy fucking jump. So yes, you're right. I completely agree with you. But the more we bring this up and we try and be like, oh, well, they ate us. And yes, it's American history, but it's a facet of American history that is going to take us nowhere if we do not activate the best parts of ourselves. And that is not a way to activate the best part of yourself. It's like reminding yourself as you get out of an abusive situation that you went through an abusive situation, so you don't forget that you went through that abusive situation. Don't you think that maybe after a few years you deserve to forget the pain that you went through? You deserve to be able to turn a new leaf and not be constantly reminded of the pain, wallow, and suffering that you went through? I forgot what I was even saying, but worrying about what all the shit we've been through and focusing on the collective pain and suffering is not going to activate us to be the people that we need.
Who is us, bitch? You're not a Black American.
To be in our communities, both spiritually and in the physical realm. I've seen so many comments about it, and it's mostly Black Americans that are doing this too. But I don't think y'all realize this is a way that y'all are giving up your power. But y'all are gonna misinterpret what I say, and then I'm gonna lose followers because, you know, she doesn't care about Black history. This is my plea to Black folk, and I already know this is gonna make me mad or unpopular, and all of the followers.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Let me tell y'all how we get to shit like this. Right? First of all, I'm gonna speak about this on a collective basis. Then I'm gonna speak about her on an individual basis. Right? First off, on a collective basis, many of these tethers are angry because for years now, ever since I would say the late 70s, early 80s, they've been able to successfully blend in to Black Americans, right? When it's politically convenient for them, they'll act like they're Black Americans, right? But then when it's also politically convenient for them, they will separate themselves. They will delineate themselves from Black Americans. We've seen this. Right? We've seen those montages where you have it's one that I know y'all seen, where it's a young, apparently Nigerian man in his early 20s talking to a non-Black woman. And so he wants to make himself appear better than American Black people because he understands the racial politics of this country. And she was like, well, you're African American. He's like, no. See, they came in chains. I came on a plane. I know y'all seen that clip before. That's an example of when it's convenient for them. When it's convenient for them, they will delineate when it's politically convenient for them. But also when it's politically convenient for them, they will cosplay Black Americans. Right? Now, they have been shitting on you comfortably. They've been comfortably shitting on you. They have been comfortably shitting on you by being bankrolled by the government. When you go in these Black neighborhoods and you see all of these African and Caribbean stores, you see their little freight shipping business where they shipping cars and shit up out of here and shipping them blue barrels back to Jamaica. All of that was started with your taxpayer dollars. They can't fix your roads, so they say. They refuse to improve your schools where your children go, even though the people that work for the school board have their children in magnet schools. They have their children in charter schools. but they had your children in trash ass schools. They can't prepare the infrastructure. They can't do anything. So they say they don't have money for this. They don't have money for that. But they will bankroll these foreigners. And then in turn, what do these foreigners do? They talk down to you. That's what the foreigners do in turn. They talk down to you. They say, hey, why is it that black Americans, they won't start their own business? That's what they say to you. They've been laughing in your fucking face for 40 years. Before I came and told y'all about the Office of Refugee Resettlement, how many of y'all knew about it? I'll wait. How many of y'all knew about it? Before I told y'all about it, how many of y'all knew about it? Who knew about the Office of Refugee Resettlement? Yeah, none of y'all knew. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. I brought that to the internet. Nobody knew. How many of y'all, wait, how many of y'all knew about community navigators? Yeah. Yeah. Science got you right. Science got rights. I didn't know about it, but I just knew they had to be getting help somewhere. Yeah, because nobody with a working brain is going to believe that $5 and a dream bullshit. Nobody's going to believe that. Nobody's going to believe that. You know, my parents came here. They came here with $5. Get the fuck out of here. Whenever somebody say that, you will never know how close I be to smacking the shit out their ass. You just don't know. Because I've been knowing about the community navigator shit. I've been knowing about the fucking the Office of Refugee Resettlement. I knew about all that shit. I used to call them out on that shit whenever they would come at me with that shit, going back to college. And I was in college in the late 90s. We was in one of them lecture halls, and a Kenyan tried to come at me with that $5 and a dream shit. I said, you lying. You're lying. Don't stand in front of all of these people. It's 200 some people in here and you lying. And the white professor loved it because the white professor probably knew already. He's like, well, how is he lying, Terrence? I said, he's lying. Number one, he's lying because of this. I said the same thing I say to y'all. If your parents came here with $5, where did y'all sleep the first night you got here? How did y'all afford breakfast when y'all woke up? How did he get ID to get a job if he only came in with $5? Where did he get? He had to have, because all of this shit that I'm talking about costs more than $5. And I said the other reason I know he lied is because under the Carter administration, they created a whole nother layer of government called the Office of Refugee Resettlement. And they had a staff of community navigators back then. It's just that now the work is farmed out through contractors because of the internet. It's a remote job now. So now you ain't got a bunch of people sitting in offices and shit looking through phone books and shit and shuffling files back and forth. Now they can just send it over the internet. But they'll come to you and ask you why you ain't got your shit together, even though you wasn't funded by them. They'll ask you why you haven't built your own communities when you used to have your own communities, but they got burnt down. And then even now, they still do the gentrification shit in historically black areas. It's been all the gaslight. The whole way that they've been relating to y'all for the past 40 years has been just one continuous, insulting, presumptuous ass gaslight. And now they want you to feel sorry for them. Now that they don't have any camouflage, any political cover to hide behind, now they want you to be sorry for them. Now they want you to be sorry for them. They want you to be sorry for them, even though the government is giving them thousands of dollars a link. They tax free at their stores. They can go right to Walmart and buy up thousands of dollars of fucking grocery and put them in their store and charge you an arm and a leg on it and not even have to pay no tax on it. They'll talk shit to the black man about polygamy. Let a so-called black man bring up polygamy. Yeah, it's always these deviant, lustful ass black men that's talking about polygamy. I don't know why black men bring up polygamy. They ain't got no money. The only way I do polygamy is if he bought us all our individual house. Bitch, get your ass out of here. Bitch, you stayed in your motherfucking mama's house, and then after that, your ass went to a motherfucking studio. You ain't had no problem giving up pussy in that motherfucking studio apartment, so why you need your own house? The fuck out of here. And even if you did have it, bitch, you wouldn't keep it clean anyway. You wouldn't keep it clean no way. But let a so-called black man bring up polygamy, and you go hear accusations of him being a fucking a sex offender, even though he's not trying to get with nobody underage. You go hear them question his economic status. You go hear them accuse him of being a sexual deviant. But if a foreigner, even a black one, if they come from a Muslim country, they will let him on paper keep his one wife, but then they give all of the other wives public assistance individually. So I want you to think about this. A man can come from a country with 4 wives, right? They'll give him and his wife together, they might give them like $8,000 a month in general assistance. And then they give each one of his individual wives, they give them about another $5,000 a month. Are y'all doing the math? Three times 5 is 15. 15,000 plus 8,000 is 23,000. So now he has access to $23,000, and that's just in food stamps. So then he goes and gets a business loan, and he can stock his store with free food, free overhead. And when he turn around and sell it, he's not gonna have to pay taxes on it for 7 years. Anybody could get rich like that. Anybody could get rich like that. But then they turn around and ask you why you ain't got your shit together. So that's why a lot of these tellers are angry, because now their lifeline is being cut. See, they want you to go back to that Pan-Africanism vibe from the 80s and 90s. They want you to culturally grovel after foreign black people and want to have kinship with them while they insult you to your motherfucking face. They want you to go back to a place of having cultural reverence for them while they look at you like you trash. That's what they want. We never going back to that. We never going back to that. Never. Never. Now, let me tell y'all let me tell y'all why this individual bitch is so angry. If y'all have never noticed, a lot of times you will find Black African women that are enormously fucking angry, that are basically fire-breathing dragons, right? Y'all have seen this. It's a million different videos of just angry rants by African women on the subway system in New York alone. And you wonder, damn, why is they so mad? And then you see the same thing with these Afro-Hispanic women. If they my color or darker, oh, those are some very angry and venomous people. Sarah Elms asked, why is that? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because with the Afro-Hispanic women that's my color or darker, they main problem and they main grievance and the crux of their contention is that they don't appear what they are. Most likely, they look like a regular American Black woman and they angry about it. Because they don't feel like it gives them enough attention to be further up the totem pole when it comes to dating. They angry because they think that it would be much easier for them to get a white man if they were a more fair-skinned Hispanic woman. And they probably right. If they were more fair-skinned and have more straight hair, that it would be easy for them to get a white man. But they angry because mostly what they attract is Black men, because who would have thought Black men like Black women? And that makes them angry. That they are damn near forced to associate with a group of men who they were taught their whole life is fucking beneath them. You talking about Roxy that used to be on the radio out here? I know that's not who you talking about. Roxy Diaz. Yeah, that is who you talking about. No, Roxy ain't. She ain't what. When she used to be on the I know she'll probably deny it, but when she used to be on the radio at Power 92.3, she tried to kick game to me at my gym when I was finna turn pro. Maybe she thought I was a lot of people be thinking I'm Puerto Rican or some shit. Maybe she thought that. I don't know. Yeah, Roxy from 106. Yeah. But she used to be on the radio out here too. Matter of fact, the first time I ever met her, it was her and another DJ named Courtney Hicks together. So no, I guess she don't think like that. Assuming that she thought I was Black, maybe she didn't think I was Black, because a lot of people don't. But yeah, a lot of Afro Latino women are very motherfucking angry because they don't want niggas, but all that's coming at them is niggas. They don't want it. That shit makes them angry. And then when they do get Black men, the anger that they have kind of shows through and it ruins any relationship. So then what they end up doing is talking about how niggas ain't shit. Now the African women are a whole nother thing. The African women are angry with her in particular. They angry because of this. African women are angry because they know that in dating here in America, they are at the very bottom, the very bottom of all women in this country when it comes to dating. I don't give a fuck if nobody who you are, you being racist, you being misogynist, you being xenophobic. That's the fucking truth. They are at the very goddamn barrel scraping bottom of dating when it comes to women in this country. And I'm talking about no matter how good they look. No matter how good they look. At best, they can hope to be a white man's mistress at best. At best. When you're talking about an African woman, even if she's fine as hell, that's at best. That's the best that they can hope for. That's the best that they can hope for. And that's crazy. That's the best they can hope for. Because guess what? Black men like black women. Black men like black American women. We also like some black women from other majority black countries, but they remind us of black women. Like when you look at the black women in Panama, the black women in Panama, they just look like what American black women would look like if they was in shape. That's it. You got to understand that they took our people on the East Coast and deported them all over the Western Hemisphere. So a lot of these places didn't even have a black population until they pulled black people from here and took them down there. And I think that that's the case in Panama. And you have to realize that when they was building the Panama Canal, a lot of American black men went down there. And once they realized there wasn't no segregation, they did not want to leave. So as a result, the black women in Panama do not look any different than the black women here. It's just that they're in better shape. Right? So they know that black American men love black American women. Despite all of the bullshit narratives, we do. Right? So an African woman, no matter how attractive she might be, is not going to be able to like, let's say you had an African woman that was very attractive. She was like an 8, right? But you could visibly tell that she's an African woman. I promise you that she's not going to be able to compete in the dating world like a black American woman that's on the same attractiveness level that she is. You can get mad about it all you want to. You get mad about it all you want to, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You know why? Now, notice when I say attractiveness, I'm talking about how the woman's face looks. That's the first thing to consider. I think because a lot of guys, they so focused on ass that they forget that it's a whole nother woman outside of that ass. So even though they might be on the same level as attractiveness, I promise you that black American woman's body is gonna just be that much better than hers. That her face is gonna look nicer to who the target demographic is gonna be. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is, Mike Ferguson. Mike Ferguson writes, all things equal, I'm inclined to believe the average black American male will take a black American over an African. Yeah, And that's of equal attractiveness levels. Because think about it. Not only do we think that the Black American woman is going to look better, even though they might be on the same attractiveness level, but another thing, the vibe with your family is going to be probably kind of fucked up. And you cook weird shit. Whereas that black woman, she know what the fuck we want to eat because she eat that shit too. She know what to eat. She know what we want to eat. When it come time to give gifts, we know we not gonna get no strange shit from that Black American woman. She gonna go right to that motherfucking Macy's and get you some goddamn cologne. She go get you a polo sweater. She go get you some motherfucking Air Force Ones or some mics. Shit. She know what we like. You don't. You don't. And so for this individual woman right here, what do I give her? I give her like a 3. I give her like a 3. Right? That individual woman, and she's another example, and that's where her anger comes from. Her anger comes from the fact that the dating pool has already delineated from her ugly ass. The dating pool has already delineated from her, right? So she's about a 3. Look at this shit. See what I mean? I would have left the house. I would have left the house and went to a motherfucking a Culver's or a motherfucking Papa John's. I would have went and ate something else. Canton Morris, right? My ex's stepdad from Togo. This nigga cooked the fish with the head still attached. Why? I had an ex who had a Jamaican mother. Her daddy was black, but her mother was a Jamaican. And she did that shit before. I said, don't ever do that shit again. You do that weird shit when I'm not here. Don't ever do that shit again. Another time she made some soup and it had chicken feet in that shit. I said, don't ever do that shit again. Don't ever do that shit again. Don't do that shit again. She made all that Jamaican shit good, but I had to show her how to fry chickens and shit. I had to give her my motherfucking grandfather's fried chicken recipe. This nigga Saul said she was delineated by face. But yeah. See, like I was saying, the dating market has already delineated from her, right? She's about a 3. She's a 3. But guess what, though? Guess what? Guess what? A Black American woman, Quiet Storm over on Rumble, what up, dog? A Black American woman that's a 3 like her will probably be way more successful in dating than her. I'm going to say that again. A Black American woman that's a 3 would still be more successful in the dating world than her. You know why? Because if you look at her stature and her, if you look at that, most likely a Black American woman that's a 3 probably got a fat ass and she don't. A Black American woman that's a 3, it's a niche for her. A dark-skinned Black American woman that's on the same attractiveness level as her, it's a niche for her. It's no niche for this bitch right here. Because a dark-skinned Black American woman that's a 3 with a fat ass can still pull some biscuit, high yellow ass, a conscious nigga. And he'll treat her like a queen. And this bitch knows that. So that's where the anger comes from, because the delineation movement that we doing right now puts that delineation in her face. It's no longer a private matter that she have to deal with. Now delineation is public. And it reminds her of what she's going through in her private life. And that's why this bitch is so angry. That's why she's talking about strapping bombs. Because now she got to look on the internet and see the same delineation that was silent to her in years before. Now it's just out there. Now it's just out there. But I'm telling you, a Black American woman that's of the same exact stature than her and the same attractiveness level as her would still be light years more successful in the dating market than she will. And that's where all of this motherfucking anger comes from. And that's why you see a lot of Black African women that are this motherfucking angry. Because when they come here, they own men. Everybody is delineated from their ass. That's why I say they're at the very bottom of the dating totem pole. When they come here, they own men. Off top is looking for white women. Hispanic men not checking for them. Asian men not checking for them. And I'm talking about no matter how good they look. But as we all know, most people are average. Most people don't look that good. It's average is average for a reason. Black men not checking for her. Unless she got a fat ass, Black men are not checking for her. And even if she do got a fat ass, you cook weird shit. You cook weird shit. Your house smells funny. When we go over your parents' house, it smells even worse. We're not doing that. So that's why women like her are so fucking angry, because they socially isolated from everybody. That's why. That's why. I hope y'all enjoy this live, man. This has been a Black Pill PSA. Oh, and that's another thing. The accent. The accent. Now, we as FBAs got different accents, right? You know, you got your Southern accents, your Florida shits, your Louisiana. That's a whole nother different one. You know, you got your East Coast accents. You know, you got your Chicago accents. But I gotta agree with you on that with King Des. I always thought that they accents was so fucking unattractive. And then what's even worse is that when you get somebody that's probably first generation like them, the Valley Girl accent is the default. The Valley Girl accent becomes the default, of course. It's always the default. Never fails. Always the default. And that shit, lame. All right, man. When I come back at 5:15, we go chop it up about that Russian that was clapping all them cheeks in Kenya. We go talk about that. We go talk about that Russian that was clapping all them musty ass cheeks in Kenya, man. Yeah, we go chop it up about that. All right, man. It's been a Black Pill PSA. Peace.